Are you a horse lover? If you're thinking of buying a home or a ranch or an equestrian property, then I'm going to give you some tips today that you absolutely need to know to get started. Hi, I'm Don Reedy. Listen, there's a Steve Martin joke I really like, and I want to share it with you. It's an old routine where he gets up and he says, you know, you can have $1 million and not pay taxes. $1 million and not pay taxes. And people say, Steve Martin, how do you do that? And he says, well, first you get $1 million. Now that normally gets a laugh, but I'm telling it to you today because I want you to know that there is $1 million question that you need to ask when you begin to think about purchasing an equestrian property for your horse and for your lifestyle. So let me tell you what that is and give you a couple of tips. First of all, I know you've got a discipline. Either you do Western or dressage or hunter jumper. Those all are disciplines that tell me that you need to specifically think about different areas of that discipline that are going to really impact your purchase or sale of a home. You know, what type of arena is it? What's the footing like? What's the size? Is there a trail system? If you happen to be a Western person, that can be pretty important. What about the location of nearby trainers or even showgrounds like Del Mar? Those are all things that we need to put our fingers around before we actually begin to go knock on doors and look at places for your horse and your family. Let's talk a little bit about that. You know, equestrian properties can be pricey and unique, but they can also be unique and not pricey. You know that buying a home down in Rancho Santa Fe, which is close to the Del Mar Fairgrounds and has a lot of training facilities, can be a pretty pricey proposition. But believe it or not, there's plenty of areas, San Marcos up here in North County, for instance, where you can purchase a home and a ranch and a horse property that allows you to do any one of those disciplines and actually not spend very much money at all. At the end of the Steve Martin joke, after he says, well, first you get $1 million, then he says, you can get $1 million and not pay taxes. So he says one day, the IRS knocks on his door and says, Steve Martin, you have $1 million and you haven't paid taxes. $1 million and you haven't paid taxes. And Steve says, this is what you say, these two simple words. I forgot. Now again, that's a joke, but it's not very much of a joke when it comes to forgetting where we just went and what we just talked about. My advice to you is, if you want to start your search for an equestrian property, you start with that $1 million foundation. We sit down and talk about your discipline, your horse or horses, and the lifestyle that you want. Once you've narrowed that down and both of us agree and understand what each of us want, then I'm going to be able to make you a very well-informed purchaser, and we're going to be able to make you happy and bring that horse to the home, to your home, for your enjoyment. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up down below. And if you have any questions, just go ahead in the comments section and put them in there. I'm going to be happy as all get out to be able to answer those for you. For more tips and tricks on real estate, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for coming. I hope to see you back soon. Let's go riding again. See you at the next video.